Hello and welcome to another episode of the Women Can Do Show. I am your host, Rochelle Sawyer Cobb, and we have our special guest, Natasha Parker. Welcome to the show, Natasha.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am so excited to have you. I am so excited for the people to get informed, empowered, and hopefully transformed.
Yes, I'm excited to be here. So thank you so much for having me.
Definitely. So before we get started, as we all know, it's Women's History Month. So every Wednesday, I of course wear my Her Story T-shirt, and I open up with a quote. That's right. Let me see it.
Black girls are lit.
Black girls are lit. I love it. I am here for it. So I'm gonna, and I always open up with a quote. And so today's quote, which is I posted on our social media this morning, and it is women helping each other, coaching, mentoring, and providing tips is a great way for us to be our own force. And that's a quote by Indra Nooyi. And I love that quote. It is so in line with what I do, what we do here at this organization, and it's in line with what you do. So, Natasha, just briefly tell us who is Natasha outside of just so you all know, Natasha is a journalist um, for Women for the Culture, which is an online community for women. And then she's a podcast host. So outside of that, before we get into all that, who is Natasha? Where you're from, your upbringing, education, anything you want to share?
All right. Hey y'all, I'm Natasha. I'm from Philly. I'm West Philly, born and raised. Y'all know the Fresh Prince. He actually just got a street named after him today.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, where he grew up in Overbrook, but I'm from around the same area. I'm a mom of two. I have two teenagers now officially. My daughter just turned 13 on Saturday, and I have a 15-year-old son. Um, I work in education. I'm a teacher assistant. We work with at-risk youth, so it's an alternative school that I work at. Um, I'm passionate about that because I always wanted to help people, and I never knew in like what capacity it would be in. But me being around these kids, they get to see someone like them, and they
Yeah.
can look up to someone that because it's like I don't know. It's a lot of teachers or staff there that's like they're white. So when they see a black girl like me that came from we're not from the same neighborhoods because I work in Maryland right now, but I know the same struggles. I talk to the
Yeah.
girls every day about boys and how you don't
Absolutely.
want like you gotta watch these boys, they'll tell you anything just to get what they want.
Yeah.
And it's just good to have somebody relatable there. So yeah, that's basically what I do on a daily basis.
I love it. I love it. So let's get into it. So our topic today is women empowerment and media through journalism.
Mhm.
So first of all, you're a journalist for Women for the Culture, right?
Yes.
So just explain to the people what Women of the Culture is before we even get into what you do there.
So, Women for the Culture is an online platform. We're basically, how did Issa Rae say it? We're rooting for everybody black.
Mm-hmm.
We're uplifting women, black and brown women. We're rooting for the underdogs, and we're just there to put a positive spin on everything in the media. Like, not to throw shots at any other media outlets, but
Right.
we don't like to bring out the negative of anything. So we like to
Mm,
spin the stories and make it positive.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So, and you're a journalist there. So, tell me about that journey. How did you become a journalist? Well, what inspired you to even become a journalist? Did it just start with Women for the Culture, or was that something you were already kind of interested in? How did that come about?
So I honestly didn't know if I was interested in it at first. It started because I've been through it. Like I have two kids, like I said, and I had my
Hmm.
kids young, and I've been through a lot, like with just relationships, trying to raise two kids at a young
Yeah.
age, and I
Yeah.
always wanted to like probably write a book, write a story, do something along
Hmm.
those lines of just telling my story and getting it out there to let girls know that they're not alone. Don't let whatever one bad decision just ruin your whole life.
Yeah.
So it started that way with me just writing like little poems and stuff on blogs. On I had my own blog, and then one day I just seen a post for Women for the Culture. What they were looking for people to write, and that's how it all started. I contacted Nikki and Camille. Nikki is the founder of Women for the Culture, and
Mm-hmm.
Camille is our publicist. And I had a conversation with them, probably going on like 5 years now, and been with
Oh,
them
wow.
ever since.
Wow. And so how do you so we know that your organization is ultimately about empowering women of color, right?
Yeah.
How do you use journalism as a tool to do that?
Telling stories,
Mhm.
just getting, like I said, the underdogs out there. I get
Yeah.
emails a lot about women out there that's just trying to get their business, their brands out there. I try to, I don't know, it's like it's good like to get the celebrity interviews and everything, but it's also inspiring when I can get the local women that's from my
Absolutely.
neighborhood or something,
Yeah.
and get their stories out there to help build their brand. So it's
Yeah.
basically like I can like something like this. I do live sometimes on the page. I'll either write an
Mhm.
article, just get stories out there. Like
Yeah.
it's room for all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I will say I am honored that Women for the Culture that you all do that because I was actually on interviewed on the platform as well, so to share my story. So I
I
am
love it.
appreciative of that opportunity. You know what I
uh,
mean? Like you said, you interview celebrities and everything, and some people won't interview anybody except celebrities, right? They won't give that unseen person an
mhm,
opportunity. And so when I found out about your organization, that was one thing that I really loved about it because when she reached out to me to do an interview, and I went on you guys' website and online. I'm like, wow, they interview celebrities and all that. Like, they want to interview me, you know? Not trying to downplay myself, but you know what I mean? You're like, because like I said, most people won't, they won't do interviews outside. It's like once they start interviewing celebrities, it's like, I'm staying there, you know?
that's corny. Like,
Yeah,
don't forget where you came from. And
yeah.
like the people that's not celebrities, you never know what stepping stones they might take later on in life and how they might it might circle back around.
Hello,
And
hello,
you never know what rooms they might be in and your names might get
hello.
mentioned in that just because you was like, all right, that was the underdog at one point and I
Yeah,
had their back. So
yeah,
that's corny. Like
yeah. So, what's one piece of in your whether it be interviews or something you wrote an article, um, what's one that stands out to you that you're most proud of? And I know you have several, but like what's one like unique that you just will never forget, and you kind of always like we always have that one like I have this one interview that I did not where I was interviewed that like just will forever stand out to me, you know.
so I know we're all about women empowerment, but we still support the black men too.
Yeah.
So my favorite interview was at the HBCU honors this past. It was I don't know. I can't remember which month it was, but it was
I
recent.
think it was like
In
November, December.
DC. Yeah, it probably was around
Yeah,
that time. It
something
was
like
in
yeah, it wasn't
DC
that
at
long ago.
Howard.
Mhm.
And before the interview even had like even before I got to Howard, before anything, I was driving to DC. I'm on the phone with Camille and Macy's trying to figure out to get my makeup done. And I'm like, Camille, I don't know. I don't care about nobody else on that carpet, but I want Will Packer. And that's all.
Ah.
And I got that interview with Will Packer. Like that
Wow.
interview will stand out forever. Like that's my favorite interview to this day. Like he was so personable. He
Yeah.
he flipped the script and started asking me questions like, "Who you want to
Yeah.
see on my next season?" And he was just so nice and easy to talk to. So that will forever be my favorite interview.
Wow. So here's a big one. What impact do you think social media has on journalism today? Because we know it's different, right? When social media wasn't around, being a journalist was different. So impact do you think social media has on it today? Like, is there, I don't know, when I see it, I kind of see like there's more opportunity than it
I
was.
Yeah, go. I agree with you because I see a lot on like before we Women for the Culture, we're not on Twitter no more. Like
Mhm.
we put out a press release and everything, said we won't be on their platform. But
Mhm.
before we left Twitter, it was a lot of people who went the school route and got their degrees in journalism and everything
Mhm.
who was like, y'all come on here and think that y'all can just write stuff and y'all are journalists, but I didn't go to school for this.
Mhm.
So I feel like it's more opportunities because of the internet, because of social media to get
Mhm.
into these fields that you wouldn't normally be able to get into
Mhm.
because of you don't have the schooling or the degrees or anything. So
Yeah.
I support it. As long as you're not out here tearing people down and running people's names through the mud, I don't see
Right.
what the problem is.
Right. Right. And again, that's what I love that you pointed that out, that you all are about flipping the script, changing
Mhm.
whatever that narrative is, turn it into the positive,
Yeah.
share the positive. There's the good, bad, and the ugly and everything, but everything
Mhm.
can be turned around, right, for your good. So
Yes.
I love that you all are taking that approach.
Thank you. Yes, because I know recently, I guess Tamar Braxton and Candy Burris was going through some altercation about who has the nastiest food or who restaurants is this and
Mm,
that. And we basically just spun it and was like, well, because my boyfriend lives in Atlanta. I'm like, well, when I went to Atlanta and I went to Candy's restaurant, I love the food. Like I had did a review on it like the year before that. So
yeah,
we just
I've been there too. Yeah.
yeah, and I like all her restaurants. So we just flipped that and was like, well, this is we went to Candy's restaurant and these are the items we recommend, the drinks and everything. So
Yeah.
flip it.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
good. I like that. I like that. So when let's talk about the media, right? The industry. If there was one thing you could change about media, what would it be? Like, what is that thing? Like you said, because you're doing interviews, like you're in there, right? What is one thing that you see? I'm sure there are many that you would change, and why would you change it?
I think I would change like I don't know what to call it, maybe like this clique or whatever of people. Like you got to know certain people to get into certain rooms or stuff.
Mhm, mhm,
And like I was having a conversation with our publicist Camille, and I'm like, I'm running like I'm on a lot of our social media platforms like our threads and our
mhm.
TikTok and stuff. And I'm like, I'm on there all the time promoting shows, talking about shows and everything. And why aren't these people coming to us like offering us things? Like,
Yeah.
do we gotta have a certain amount of credit? Like we don't have a blue check mark or something. So I it's just like this club where you gotta know the right people to
Mm,
get into certain
mm.
rooms. And I'm like, I'm doing just as much as these people that have the blue checks.
Yeah,
So what else do I have to do?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it is, it's like, we people always say, "Oh, there's room for everybody," but you got gatekeepers.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like you're saying there's room. Okay, make room.
Exactly. It's like y'all just
let
have y'all
let
select.
those other 10 women in line in the door now. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
you've created this space. You've done what you had to do. Your assignment is done here. Stop gatekeeping and let somebody else in the door now.
Exactly. And then, I don't know. I had this thought earlier that I didn't say to anybody, but I was watching like an interview with Just Hilarious and Shannon Sharp. And I guess Shannon Sharp said some crazy stuff about Just Hilarious body in a disrespectful way. And I'm like, it's crazy that y'all go onto these people platforms that dog y'all or trash
Yeah, abuse
y'all
you.
and
Mm.
still sit down with these people and have interviews. But people like us that's like pushing like when Jess is having this issue with the other co-hosts on the Breakfast Club, like
Mhm.
we're pushing for you, like we see you, Jess, like y'all
Yeah.
don't, not saying Jess in particular because
Right.
but I'm just saying anybody, like if we reach out to y'all and we want to sit down and have a positive conversation with y'all, it's just like, oh, we're not doing interviews right now. And
Yeah.
it's like that's
Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
Wow. Wow. So tell us, so you are also a host. You have your own podcast,
Yes.
the Philly and I podcast. So
Yes.
tell me about the title. What did you like? What does that mean? Well, I already know you're from Philly, but why did you
Okay.
choose that title? I like that.
I think I'm just embracing where I'm from. Like I'm
Yeah.
always really proud no matter what. And since I've been doing this social media thing, a lot of people was like, I can tell that you from up north. I could tell from your accent. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Like, I never thought I had an accent ever until I started
Mm,
doing the social media thing. And it's like, soon as you open your mouth, I knew where you was from. So I just wanted to embrace being from Philly, like the raw, the real. Like, I'm just a Philly girl through and through.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so what do you like? What is your, is it a podcast for women? Like what is it in, what type of guests
No,
do you have? Like what, what type of content?
so it's basically just a platform for people to just tell their stories. My first two guests, I had Felicia Pride, and she's a
Mhm,
showrunner. She did some of the shows on Bel Air. Um, I think Grey's Anatomy. She did a lot of high profile shows. So I
mhm,
talked to her. I also talked to Ashley Braxton. She's the niece of the Braxton sisters.
mhm,
We talked about, I don't know if you know about her situation where she came out and basically confessed that when she was a teenager, one of her aunts, she wouldn't name the aunt, but one of her
mhm.
aunts' husbands or then boyfriends basically tried to talk to her as when she was a teenage girl.
Wow.
So I'm basically just getting people's stories, just
Mhm.
talking, having real conversations, like we girlfriends or we friends. Like just I told like when I talked to Ashley Braxton, it's like you ain't gotta get all extra, put the makeup and all that crazy stuff on. We
Yeah.
just have a conversation, and she was like, "All
Yeah.
right, cool." So
Wow. And that, and again, like you said, those untold stories. Like I love that because I didn't know that about, I
yeah,
know that, I know, about her, that niece, but I didn't know that, story. And it's good that you created that platform for people to come and share these, stories, because what happens is someone sees her sharing her
hmm,
story, and someone else is going to reach out to you like, hey, now I'm courageous enough to share my story. All the while there are viewers at home that are in that situation or went, were in that
yeah.
situation, and you're helping them as well.
Yeah, and I was proud of that interview because at the end she told me she was like, "You made me feel real comfortable. Like it
Yeah.
was easy to talk to you." And I was just like, I didn't want to overstep my boundaries. I made sure I
Mhm.
asked like, "Are you okay with?" Because she couldn't talk about certain things because of legal matters, but
Yeah.
she was cool, and me and her still talk to this day. So you make friendships too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That's the beauty of that too. That's the
yeah.
beauty of it. You get create these sisterhoods. Like I know, like as I've been doing this is year two. And have really created some healthy, like really loving sisterhoods through like just connecting with some of the guests outside of this.
Mhm.
I did an interview yesterday. I was interviewed on someone else's podcast, and after the interview, her and I were like on talking for like an hour, like, and just found that we had so much in common. She was like, and I don't think she realized it, she was like encouraging, empowering me, like she was telling me things that I needed to hear right at that moment. Like we connected on so many levels, and when you're in the conversation, you don't get it until you get off, like, oh my god.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, and I was talking about that. I'm like, it's your internet friends that be rooting for you the most. Like,
Yeah.
they be, I don't even know you. I didn't see you in person. Like,
Right.
girl, her name is Anna, and she sent me on my birthday. She sent me a whole message. She sent me a song. She was like, I just feel so connected to you. We haven't.
Wow.
She live in Florida, and I
Yeah.
was just wow, like it's really your internet friends out here that really be rooting for you the
Yeah.
most.
And that's priceless. Like her sending you that message, just how that would make you feel. You know what I mean? It's like
Yes.
that's something you don't even. Somebody probably bought you something that didn't hold as much value
Mhm.
as that. You know?
And I was not expecting that at all. I'm like, I opened the message and I'm like, girl, I'm at work. I'm about to twerk. You said to be juvenile and taking over for the 99 and the 2000.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
So let me ask you this now. Has there ever been a story that you had to cover that was tough? Um, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say, like, even the interview you probably did with Ashley,
Yeah.
I'm sure because it's a touchy subject, and
Hmm.
like you said, she could only discuss so much. But have you ever had other stories? I know a lot of journalists will say that, like, there are those, tough moments that journalists have where the story is a really tough story to cover, like, emotionally, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I covered this. I can't remember her name because it was like a couple of years ago, but she was in the news. She was on Tamron Hall, and I
Mhm.
talked to this one girl where she basically was like in some domestic violence situation where
Mhm.
I guess her and the girl both didn't know they were sharing the same boyfriend,
Mhm.
and the girl came to her house and basically shot her up, and she almost
Mm.
died. Like, she had to recover. She had a long recovery process. I think she
Oh,
was in the
wow.
wheelchair for a while,
Oh my god.
and it was just like, "Yo, you really gotta watch. Yep, you gotta watch who you dating nowadays.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
know what's going on." And it was emotional because I'm like, you go home, like, you're in the comfort of your own home, and you coming outside
Mhm.
and someone shoot you up, like,
Yeah, yeah.
so, yeah, but I see her on social media every once in a while, and she looks like
Okay.
she's doing well.
Oh, good,
Yeah,
good. Wow, that's devastating.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. But I get, like I said, I know there are, like, those stories, like, of course everybody wants the exciting, like you said, the celebrities, the to share
Mhm.
their good news, to drop that,
Very
that breaking
exclusive.
news. Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
exclusive. Everybody wants that, right? But you also have those, heart-wrenching, stories or whatever that you have to cover.
Mhm.
And so even in that, like, how do you, like, if it affects you emotionally, right? How do you come out of that? Like, how do you know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine.
Like, just holding on to that.
Yeah.
I try to talk to somebody afterwards, like, if it's my sisters or,
Uh-huh.
like, my boyfriend, I'll talk to
Uh-huh.
him, like, just try to dissect everything and go through it, like, how can somebody avoid this? How do you miss the signs? Like,
Mhm,
I
mhm.
just think talking about things
Talk it
in
out.
general, like, not even somebody else's problems, just your own problems.
Right,
It's
right.
healthy
Yeah.
for anybody. Don't hold any emotion in. So
Yeah.
I talk to people
Yeah.
because I don't know if you ever get, like, I'm the type of person that I'll have something on my mind, and then it's always when it's time for me to go to bed,
Yeah.
when everything is just like, "Oh, what is
Everything come Oh, yeah. Everything is
oh,
like
good." So I feel like it's just better just to
you
talk
start
about
processing everything when it's time to go to bed. It's like, "Oh my gosh, I don't
overthinking
wanna go to sleep
everything.
on this."
So just get it out. Get it out
Yeah.
the body. Mhm.
Yeah, that's good. That just made me think about that when you shared her story. Like, I can imagine how, that affects you. Anybody, you have compassion for that person. So I know that happens to a lot of journalists where they're personally affected by somebody's story,
Mhm.
and sometimes they can't immediately come out of it. It's just like in acting. Like, an actor will, share, like, if they're playing this certain role, and it's a lot for them to actually, like, I can't remember what it was, a movie. I can't remember what actress it was, but she said that it took her weeks to
Wow.
come out of that
Wow.
role. Yeah, yeah.
That's heavy. That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And so I know I hear journalists say the same thing sometimes.
Yeah, taking on somebody else's
Taking
emotions
on
and
there you go. That's what yeah.
troubles. It's a lot, especially when you have your own stuff to deal with.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
on top
Yeah,
of other people. Yeah, so talking
yeah,
to somebody.
yeah. So what advice would you give an aspiring journalist, like someone who wants to um go into it? So you do blogs, and you write for the women for the culture, right?
So, I'm just writing for Women for the Culture right now. Writing for
Yeah.
them, I'm their correspondent. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so what advice would you give someone who wants to just go into it on that level? Not necessarily the person that, like you said, went to school for it, has a degree in journalism, and they want to report, at Channel 5 or Channel 7 news. But
Uh-huh.
the person who wants to, be a journalist for organizations like yours.
I say go out on a limb and do it because
Hmm.
at Women for the Culture, we always looking for new correspondents because we need girls in different cities.
Yeah.
So if y'all trying to be a correspondent, just send an email over to Women for the Culture or
Yeah.
Natasha at womenfortheculture.com. But you can't be scared. You gotta go out there. You gotta, cause I know for a long time I didn't want my face on anything. I didn't want to talk to nobody.
Hmm.
And I know Nikki, you spoke to Nikki when you did your interview.
Yeah.
She was like, you got to do it. Like, you got
Yeah.
to have somebody that's willing to push you and have faith in
Mm.
you and
Yep.
see the greatness in you, and see that, like, I know that you can be better. I know you can go far. So without Nikki and Camille, I probably still would have been hiding behind the computer saying, I don't think I can do this. I didn't go to school. I don't have a degree.
Yeah.
So stop doubting yourself. You don't always need a degree to
Yep.
do something.
Yep. 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 I mean,
I'm
because
like,
I've seen some awesome journalists that don't have it, that have it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, because you can have that, but if you don't have it, right?
Mhm.
If you're not, that you don't have those communication skills, like, and you got to be confident. Like you said, you had, you needed that push to get on camera. You
Yeah.
have to have all of that. Not just that piece of paper. You have to have all of that other stuff that
Yeah.
goes along with it. You have to be able to speak.
And you can't be afraid of rejection either.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
emails all the time, and sometimes
hmm,
they don't respond. Sometimes they say no,
yeah,
and sometimes you get a yes. So you just
yeah,
got to shoot your shot. I
yeah,
send DMs all the time to people, and sometimes I get a response, sometimes I don't. You just gotta be willing to take your shot, and don't be
yeah.
scared. Don't be scared of no's.
Right, right. Because it may take 100 no's to lead to one yes, but you're gonna get that yes.
Yep, and I do it all the time. I don't care. I be like, let me send this person an email. Let me
Right.
send this person a message. Somebody gonna respond to me.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, go out on a limb.
So we're in Women's History Month,
Mhm.
and you mentioned how you had Nikki, and who was it too? It was a Camille to
Camille.
like push you, right? To like you got it, just do it. So as we celebrate Women's History Month, we, honor women in history. For me personally, I like to honor women, in my life who contributed to the woman I am today, who empowered me, who encouraged me. So, who is that woman or women for you?
I would probably say my mom.
Hmm.
My mom is four of us. She has four girls. I'm the oldest of all the girls.
Okay.
My mom went through a lot. My mom had me when she was 17.
Hmm.
The only thing my mom wanted to see me do is graduate high school. Like, she cried at my eighth grade graduation. I'm like, girl, calm down. Like, it's eighth grade. Um, my mom, she struggled to feed us, clothe us, put us through school. I went to Catholic school from fourth to ninth grade, and that was a
Hmm.
struggle.
Yeah.
Making deals with the pastor and stuff just to keep us in school, because if you don't pay that tuition, they be like,
If
oh,
you
you can't come
listen,
here. You can't come to
I
school.
know. I'm a Catholic school kid.
So maybe next week.
Yeah.
But I don't know. My mom, she didn't graduate high school, so she was always pushing her girls to do better than
Yeah.
what she did.
Yeah.
So my mom, she's been married twice. Her first marriage wasn't so good, so I seen a lot growing up that I shouldn't have seen. My mom got married again when I was probably what 30 years old, but my mom husband died like 3 months after they got married. So
Mm.
I just seen my mom go through a lot of pain and a lot
Yeah.
of struggle, but she always makes sure that she pushes her girls, be like, "Yo, y'all, I'm proud of y'all." Like no
Yeah.
matter what we do. So
That's beautiful.
my mom,
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome because that's the one who should be first at the end of the day, empowering you, right?
yes.
I
Yeah, because
always
a
tell
lot of
people that
people,
about my mom. I am her.
because I see a lot of the kids I work with, and it's like, "Where's your mom at?" I can't stand my mom. My mom don't care what I do, and I'm like, "What is going on?" Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just don't get it. Like, I don't see how you can be a mom and not care what your kids do, or not
yeah,
push your kids to want to do better. Because I
yeah,
tell my kids the same thing every day. I'm like, they know I don't play about school.
yeah.
So you gonna get this. I don't care about anything else, but you want to make sure you get through school.
Right.
So yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah. So, do you have any? If you, what would be the ultimate impact you would like to leave?
Like just period.
Just period. Like I mean, you can break it down. What impact would you like to leave in the media industry, right?
Mhm.
And then just as a whole. But let's start there. What impact would you like to leave? Because I'm going to tell you, I love that. I think that is so dope that the whole concept of you all like shifting the narrative into something positive. Like I love that.
Yeah.
Like how you said they had this whole thing going, this beef about Candy's restaurant. Whoever said her restaurant food was nasty. You went, you tried it. Hey, oh, this is good. I would like, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
love that. Like that is so dope to me.
I think the impact I want to leave is for my daughter, especially. I think I want to show my daughter that you can go for your dreams, you can do anything. It's not too late in life because I
Yeah.
know I struggled with that a lot, being 36
Mm-hmm.
and thinking that, "Dag, I wish I would have did this sooner. I wish I would have did this," and it's like it's too late. But I'm like, I'm learning now that it's never too late
Yeah.
to follow your dreams. It's
Yeah.
like go for what you want. So I'm gonna leave that impact to my daughter and my son too, just to know that you can do whatever you put your mind to. Don't
Yeah.
let nobody tell you you can't do it. I know I got discouraged a few times recently too with people sending me emails about, oh, I thought it was gonna be like this, and I felt down like, now I don't want to do it. But then
Yeah.
I had Camille talk to me and was like, "Yo, do you know who you are? Do you know who you talk to? Like,
Yeah.
forget them. Like, you was."
Hello.
I'm like, all right, all right. So just leaving that impact of you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Yeah.
The same with media overall, like what we talked about earlier, with people thinking that they have to have a degree. You don't gotta have a degree. Like it's good, but you don't have to. Go
Mm-hmm.
for your dreams. Do what you're passionate about. Find somebody that's willing to work with you. Someone that's willing to, I don't know, mold you, make you better, show you different. Like Camille, she edits my stuff, and I'll go over things like, oh, that's how she did that. That's how, and you learn from different people.
Yes.
Um, just go for your dreams, no
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah.
Media in life, period.
And don't quit.
Don't
Yeah.
quit.
Don't quit.
Yes,
Like
do
they
not.
say, change. You can change the plan, but not the goal. You don't have to change your vision. Doesn't change. Your vision is your vision,
Mhm.
right? God gave you the vision. The vision
Yeah.
is there. It's set in stone.
Yeah.
Just change the way you go about doing it. Just because you did this path and it didn't work, okay,
Mhm.
try it another way.
Everyone's
Right?
path
Don't
is
don't
different.
don't that's not the end all be all as long as you have it for like and I think about it like this. If I get another chance to wake up tomorrow, okay, if I made that mistake today, okay, today I'm gonna do it different.
I know what to do.
And I'm
And
gonna win in the end. You gotta have that attitude.
and also, I would say don't just get discouraged because I know you might see pages like the Shade Room or the Jasmine Brand where they'll post
Mhm.
something and they'll get a million views in like 2 seconds.
Right.
Like sometimes it's going to take a while to get to the top. Like don't
Mhm.
stop just because you don't see that instant gratification. Like
Yep.
it's a lot of times where we post something, it doesn't get that much traction, but we keep posting. We
Yeah.
can keep
Yeah.
posting, like, someone is gonna see. Like, Lee
Yeah.
Daniels just reposted something from us yesterday.
Yeah.
So, people are looking, they see
Yeah.
us. Or I said to, Camille and Nikki, "It's our season, like, we popping out this season."
That's right. Come on. Come on. And don't get caught up in that the imposter syndrome, and then
Mhm.
compare, like you said, looking at, oh, this person got, this many views, it I always say this, wait your turn.
Yep.
Okay. When you wait your turn, honey, God will show up and show out. I am a witness. Okay.
Yes.
Wait your turn and just allow it to, I shared this with the young lady yesterday, allow it to grow organically. That to me, that's the best way is if it's not
Mhm.
forced because it's going to happen in the time that it's supposed to happen.
Exactly. Then you can reflect on, "Look where I came from, and
Look
now
where I
look at where
came
I'm at."
from. And you'll appreciate it more, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you have anything new coming up this year? You guys have anything going? We're at the beginning of the year. So,
Mhm.
what do you got? What does Women of the for the Culture have coming up that you want to
So
share?
currently, we're going to be at the Flower Awards in Philly on April 19th, and I'll see you there. So I'll be there. Our DC correspondent Skylar will be there, and our publicist Camille, she's coming in from DC also.
Okay.
Um, and right now, I think we're just looking for more correspondence. We're still looking to get to a few different events, and yeah. Oh, I'm looking for guests for my podcast, the Philly and I podcast. So if y'all want, let me know. Natasha at womenfortheculture.com. Email me, and yeah, that's basically it for now.
Well, I am excited for, first of all, I'm excited to see you all next month in Philly
Yes,
at the
and
Flower Awards.
our nude
Um,
colored dresses and stuff. Yeah.
yep. Get all dolled up and
I
it's gonna
love
be
getting
beautiful.
dressed
I'm
up.
I'm excited. I'm excited about it. So
Yes,
I'm excited that I got to interview you first, and then I'm
yes.
excited that I get to meet you in person next month. I love what you all are doing at
Thank
Women
you.
for the Culture. It is so needed. It is so impactful. And like you said, this is your season, honey.
Mhm.
Enjoy the ride. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Yeah, enjoy it. And I want to thank you all for tuning in, all of our guests. I want to thank those who tuned in to support Natasha. I appreciate you as well. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're already on here, so just click that
Yeah.
subscribe button. It's really simple, right? And share with others because we have many more amazing guests coming. Again, we have in-person guests and we have virtual uh, guests as well. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I Can Do Biz. Also, I want to give a special shout out to my son, Rashad, because it is his birthday today. I love you, son. I want just the best for you. I pray that God blesses you in this next chapter abundantly. And I thank you for rocking with your mama all the time. And just to let you all know, look, my son had his own podcast years ago. So you know how you learn from your parents. I'm picking his brain, so now it's kind of flipped where he's helping me, right? During on this journey. So I just want to tell my son, I love you. I saw him today. He just left a few minutes ago. But I just tell you again, I love you. Happy birthday, and I appreciate you. And again, thank you all for tuning in. I pray that you all have a blessed rest of your week. And don't forget to make sure you finish strong Friday. We're at Wednesday. Today is hump day. You were supposed to take that pause today and breathe and get ready to pump it back up tomorrow and get ready for that strong finish Friday. So Saturday you can relax and have your self-care Saturday. All right. Sending love and light to you all. Thank you again, Natasha, and I
Thank
will
you.
see you next month. Bye.
Bye.